I know it can be kind of challenging to show up at 8:30 at night for something, even if it's a relaxing something, right? But I just want you to honor yourself for making the time for your self-care and for this time of Yoga Nidra together. Hopefully you have made your nest, which is just a way to get relaxed and create some ritual around your Yoga Nidra practice. So anytime that we can, it's just like going to, if you are someone who goes to church, or maybe you walk in nature, you're telling your brain what to expect next, and it kind of creates those new neural pathways. So creating your space, all the sensory elements that you can add to it will help. And then of course, attention, bring your whole full self to the practice. So just for those of you who may be new, I just like to go over what Yoga Nidra is, because there's so much more than just rest. It is known as like yogic sleep. It's an ancient, sacred yogic process of meditation. It requires no belief system at all and is open to everyone. Of course, it helps in every area of your life, just like regular yoga does. With tension, whether that's emotional or muscular or even mental, it helps us restore and relax, reduce stress, overcome insomnia, resolve trauma. That seems kind of like a tall order, but this has actually been used in studies. It's shown to work with PTSD. So there was a study done, and I think it's published at pubmed.gov, with people who had been in, I believe it was, I can't remember which war it was, I'm sorry, but they were veterans, and they did a 6-week study. And they found that the people that participated in Yoga Nidra for 6 weeks had an 80% increase in their ability to deal with their PTSD symptoms, and that it actually worked better for them than medication. So that's pretty huge. So resolving trauma, it can help with that. Improving relationships, resolving anger and fear, and neutralizing depression. It takes us on a journey through the states of consciousness and subtle bodies while remaining awake, aware, and in total control. Of course, the ultimate goal is to use this as a portal to wake up to our essential true nature, not being identified with the ego and our mind habits and thoughts, but understanding our true nature underneath it all. It's not hypnosis. You are awake and aware through the entire process. I'm just your guide. You choose your own adventure. So there are 8 stages. We start with kind of withdrawing the senses from outward to inward. And then we create an intention or sankalpa. So this week, we're really going to kind of hone in on an intention and talk about that a little bit further. Then we go through body rotation. So it's just awareness of different parts of the body. And then breath awareness. And each of those helps us get into different brain states, as well as working through the layers of the subtle layers of the body. Then we work with opposite sensations, and this just helps us see that 2 things can be true at once, right? Or that if you feel something that is hot, can also be cold, and that just allows us to see that nothing is permanent. And then we see visualization. So we go on kind of a little guided journey that helps you sink a little bit deeper into the layers of consciousness. Then we come back out to that intention, and then externalization. It is not necessary for you to concentrate on like everything that I'm saying. You're not going to have to like do it perfectly right. There's no wrong way to do this. So just kind of let it wash over you and do what you can and do your best to stay awake. All right, so I'm going to have everyone just kind of lay back and get comfortable and go into their Nidra position. One of the best ways is either sitting in a chair if you feel like you might fall asleep, if you're one of those lucky people that falls asleep as soon as they lay down. I don't recommend laying in bed. You can get into bed like at the end, of course, but right now the goal is to still stay awake. So you want to get into that space right between wakefulness and sleep. And that is where like the magic happens. And you can close your eyes and just feel the ground beneath you and get settled in. Find a comfortable position where you feel completely held and supported. And I'm just going to turn off my camera so that you can just be guided by my voice. Begin breathing slow and low breaths from your belly. So this is diaphragmatic or belly breath. As you breathe in, the air fills up your belly, so your belly expands. And as you breathe out, you empty out all of that air. Feeling supported by the ground beneath you, completely safe. You can draw a circle of protection around you. I like to think of this as like a white light around myself when I'm practicing. And then add another layer of protection around that. So 2 circles. And this is just your safe space for the practice today. A little background on equanimity and our true nature. During Yoga Nidra, you enter a profound state of receptive relaxation, all while remaining totally awake and alert. Yoga Nidra reveals that all dream and waking phenomena, whether they are thoughts, emotions, sensations, images, and the world around us, are constantly changing. Everything about our body, mind, and the world is constantly changing and morphing from one thing into another. A mass of swirling, changing sensations, emotions, thoughts, and images. When we are attached to life being consistent, we feel dissatisfied. We suffer because life will constantly change. That's one thing that we can count on, is that things will change. We're searching within this sea of instability for something stable and constant to hold on to. And just when we find that one thing to hold on to, perhaps it just slips through our hands. Yoga Nidra reveals that the inner fabric of each of us is deep equanimity, or peace that is stable and steady no matter what is going on. This deep peace that we connect to during our practice is always present and there for you. And once you realize this, you awaken to your true nature and become what the yogis call a Purusha, one who dwells in the city of true nature, which basically translates to one who is in harmony with life and the people around them, and one who recognizes the true nature in others, even if the others aren't awake yet. Just working for that calm abiding. Notice where your mind rests when you get completely still. As we bring our senses inward, I want you to listen to the sounds you hear outside of the room that you're in, and just note and label them. And notice the sounds that you hear inside the room you're in. And the sounds near you, and finally, the sounds within you. Maybe your breath, your digestion. Intentions represent powerful internal statements that help us fulfill our heartfelt desire. They keep us on course like a compass. They can be both short or long-term vows that help us harness our desire to achieve specific outcomes. Or we may set specific intentions to help us do things like stop smoking or live a particular lifestyle or practice yoga once a week. Or intentions can be something such as working on a specific emotion or belief, or perhaps a hardwire issue that keeps coming up in your life. When you affirm your intentions, you want to affirm them with deep feeling and determination in the present moment, as if it's happening right now. This intention or sankalpa arrives with everything needed to fully realize it. If you have the intention within you, then you have the resource to realize it. The intention you make at the beginning of your practice is like sowing a seed, and the resolve at the end of the practice is like irrigating it. Many people make intellectual resolves which rarely bring results, and this is because this intention or resolve or sankalpa is either not planted deeply enough, or it's made when maybe the mind is disturbed or the motives are off, or made when the mind is not ready to receive it. So for success, the intention should be made with strong feeling. It should be planted in the mind when you're relaxed and ready to fully accept and absorb it. Some examples of an intention that you could create for your practice is, I am whole and healed. I connect to my true nature. I have deep equanimity. I am peace itself. I love and accept myself just as I am. I love and care for my body. I am safe. And just spend a moment deciding what your intention will be for your practice. Each of us has the power to remold our own mental structure. No personality is beyond reformation, and no fear or obsession is so deep-rooted that it cannot be changed. Become aware of the physical existence of your body lying on the floor. Total awareness of your body lying in perfect stillness. Notice where your body meets the floor. Notice each point where your body meets the floor. Rotate your consciousness through the different centers of the body as quickly as possible. The awareness will just jump from point to point. You can repeat mentally the name of each part and simultaneously become aware of that part. We'll begin with the right hand. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, right thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, left thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade. Right buttock, left buttock. The spine and the entire back all together. Top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, abdomen, lower abdomen. The entire right leg, the entire left leg, both legs together. Entire right arm, the entire left arm, both arms together. The entire back, the entire front, the head, the whole back, the whole front, the whole head together. Legs, arms, back, front, head, all together. The whole body all together. The whole body all together. The whole body all together. Now develop awareness of the whole body and become aware of the space occupied by the body. Become aware of the body and the space that is occupied by your body. Body and space. Bring awareness to the whole body and the floor, and the whole body in relation to the floor. And now the meeting points of the body and the floor. There are very subtle physical points between the body and the floor. Feel the meeting points between the back of your head and the floor, your shoulder blades in the floor, elbows in the floor, back of the hands in the floor, the buttocks in the floor, the calves in the floor, heels in the floor. All of the meeting points between the body and the floor. Feel the sensations of all points simultaneously, evenly. Switch your attention to the eyelids and feel the narrow line of meeting between the upper and the lower eyelids. Feel the sharp point where they meet. Intensify your awareness between the eyelids. Now the lips. Center your attention on the line between the lips and the space between the lips. From the lips, we go to the breath. Draw your attention to the natural ingoing and outgoing of the breath. Feel the breath moving along the passage between the navel and the throat. As you breathe in, it rises from the navel to the throat. As you breathe out, it descends from the throat to the navel. Be completely aware of the breathing, navel to throat, throat to navel. Not forcing the breath, just awareness of the breath. Maintain your awareness, and at the same time, start counting your breath backwards as follows. Breathing in, 18. Breathing out, 17. Breathing in, 16. Breathing out, 15. And so on and so forth. Count to yourself mentally as you follow the rise and fall of your breath from navel to throat and back again. Now awaken the feeling of heaviness in the body. The feeling of heaviness. Become aware of heaviness in every single part of the body. Feeling so heavy that you are sinking into the floor. Total and complete heaviness of the body. Now awaken the feeling of lightness. Awaken the feeling of lightness. The sensation of lightness and weightlessness in all parts of the body. Your body feels so light that it seems to be floating away from the floor. Total awareness of lightness. The experience of cold, awaken the experience of bitter cold in the body. Imagine you are walking on a cold floor in winter and your feet feel very cold. Feel cold all over. Enough that you might even shiver. Total awareness of coldness. Now awaken the sensation of heat. Awaken the experience and sensation of heat. The whole body is hot. You feel hot all over. Recollect the feeling of heat in summer when you're out in the sun with no shade. You might even sweat. You feel so hot. Heat is all over the body and all around the body. You have total awareness of heat. Now, the experience of pain. Concentrate and try to remember the experience of pain. Any pain you've experienced in your life, whether it's mental or physical, just bring to mind that memory of the feeling of pain. And now recollect the feeling of pleasure. Any kind of pleasure, physical or mental. Bring to mind this feeling and relive it, make it vivid. Awaken it in all of your senses, this feeling of pleasure. Now withdraw your mind and concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyes. The space we call the Chitakasha. Imagine before you a transparent screen through which you can see infinite space. A space that extends as far as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this dark space and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but don't become too involved. Practice detached awareness only. Now imagine yourself in a park in the early morning. The sun has not risen and the park is deserted except for you. It's a beautiful park, calm and peaceful. Walk across the springy grass. Listen to the birds whistle and call as they welcome in the new day. There are gardens of flowers, roses, yellow, pink, red, purple. You smell their fragrance and see the early morning dewdrops on their petals. Nearby the rose garden is a fish pond. Golden fish swim in and out amongst the water lilies. See their graceful movements. Walk between the trees, the beautiful trees, some bare trees and some with leaves, wide spreading trees and tall stately trees. And there is a clearing between the trees, and in the clearing is a small temple with an aura of light around it. Go to the door. It's cool and dim inside. Inside of the walls, there are pictures of great saints. You sit down on the floor, close your eyes, and become still. A sense of deep peace and harmony envelops you as the sounds outside fade into the distance. Continue your awareness of meditation inside the temple. Allow peace and harmony to enter you. Continue feeling the peace and harmony of the temple. Now bring your awareness back to the Chitta Kasha. Bring your awareness to the dark space you see in the front of your closed eyes. This space can also be visualized in front of the forehead. If you want to, you can explore it a little. You can shift your gaze slightly upwards. Don't strain. Just watch the darkness that you see before you very carefully with detachment. Don't become involved. Just notice. Rest your mind in this warm and friendly darkness. If you see colors or patterns or shapes, simply take note of these. Continue with your awareness. If thoughts occur, let them come and go, but continue watching the dark space with detached awareness. Now remember your resolve, your intention or sankalpa that you made at the beginning of our session. Repeat the same intention you made at the beginning of the practice. With feeling. Repeat this 3 times to yourself. And bring your attention back to your breathing. Become aware of your natural breath. awareness of breathing, and awareness of relaxation. Become aware of your physical existence. Bring your attention to your arms and legs and your body lying stretched out on the floor. And the meeting points between your body and the floor. Now bring awareness to the room, the walls, the ceiling, the noises inside the room, the noises outside the room. And take your mind back out to the room, to the external. A few more moments here. You can start moving your body and stretching yourself. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your body. Open your eyes. Nice deep breath in and out. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Feel free to sit up if you'd like. If you have any questions, feel free to share those in the chat. I say thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We'll be meeting again next Tuesday, same time and place. You guys enjoy your evening and have a beautiful rest. Thank you all. Namaste.